So 2022 marks 75 years of Palladium. This is such a significant landmark for us as a brand, and we really wanted to commemorate it by remastering 3 very special archive capsule projects that represent some iconic and important moments in our history. These are moments that we really think many of our customers and our community of today may not actually be aware of, so we wanted to give some special product and really deep stories back to them as part of our celebration. So our first archive introduction, de Nouvelle, is actually taken from Palladium's rich sports history that was dominant in France from the 60s. This is such a cool part of our legacy that we really believe people would love to hear more of. And de Nouvelle was a shoe that was originally created for the basketball court, but we wanted to bring it back in lifestyle form as a reminder that Palladium was this #1 sports brand in France. Secondly, we have this beautiful reiteration of the Eco Pampa. Again, what people might not be aware of is that Palladium was one of the first brands recognised for eco-consciousness and sustainable product. So of course, sustainability features heavily in many of our products today, but it all stems back from the 90s when we were recognised for being early adopters and early leaders in eco-consciousness. And finally, last year we remastered the first ever Palladium shoe, the Palladium, which first made production back in 1947. It began as a military boot before moving through the active outdoor world as a utility boot for hiking and exploring, before finally building up this cult following during the 80s. For our anniversary, we issue an extremely limited run of the remastered product that has special premium design features in recognition of 75 years of Palladium.
The Nouvelle was introduced in 1951, and it was introduced as a top-performing basketball shoe. Talking about the Nouvelle is like diving into a secret legacy that Palladium has completely hidden or ignored over the last 20 years, which is sport. In fact, few years after the foundation of the brand in 1947, Palladium quickly became the French sport brand. We were partnered with Patrice Dominguez, so another French tennis player. We were into football or soccer with Platini at the time. We had a special edit. We had a specific Alain Gilles basketball shoe. For 3 decades, from the 50s to the 80s, the Nouvelle was the sports shoe in the French market. And clearly, the great years and the best years of the Nouvelle were on the basketball pitch, together with the Asvel, so the Lyon pro basketball team won more than 9 or 12 titles. All the team was wearing the Nouvelle. For Asvel and for the French basketball lovers, Alain Gilles was the best French player in basketball. So Alain Gilles made lots of ads and photos with the Nouvelle, wearing the Nouvelle on the pitch and scoring during all these big trophies and moments. He's a legend here, and we are really proud of that because Palladium always was with Alain Gilles at the time.
So the new Nouvelle is made by the vulcanized process, and we have a cotton canvas upper. We wanted to keep the same process and the same materials that we have on the archive version. So we have the same features. So you can see we have the supportive bar on the quarter. We keep the eyelets for breathability. So you have the toe bumper that is adding some protection, and it's also adding some texture. You have the toe cap that is already a Palladium signature. The archive Nouvelle came with this blue and red diamond logo that was used on all the sports collection of Palladium before. So we wanted to keep it, so you can find it on the tongue label. You will see it, of course, on the patch on the side, and you have also like an additional piece with this logo of the diamond on the vaccine. We wanted also to have like a link with the PALLADIUM original footprint, so you will find it also on the sole of the new version of the Palladium.
The Ecoversary boot, so this one is an updated version of the archive ecological boot that was created by Palladium in the 1990s. So at that time this boot was already quite innovative because both the upper, the outsole and also the hearse pictogram printing were made with eco-friendly materials. In the 1990s, this shoe was part of a full fair trade collection created by Palladium, and it started to mark the engagement of Palladium toward hearth protection. So for its environmental engagement, Palladium won a special prize in 1994, the prize Trophée Entreprise Environnement. So this award was organized by a consulting company called Coopers & Lybrand, now well known as PricewaterhouseCoopers, so it's a big consulting company. And at that time they were starting to think about social and environmental responsibility for companies, and they organized this big contest that Palladium won. And that was at that time quite innovative to organize first a contest for social and environmental purpose, and also to win this contest. So this marked really the big engagement Palladium had towards ecology.
So when we started to work on the Pampa Ecoversary, of course the product had to be sustainable, but we had to challenge ourselves and try to bring few more innovations to really make this product special for this special anniversary edition. So of course most of the components, like 100% of the components are using organic or recycled base. We use recycled polyester for the laces, for the heel loop, for the lining, sock liner. Every time we can, we also select certified fabrics, so GOTS or GRS. But we went a little bit further, and one of the main innovation has been applied on the canvas. So here we have, of course, an organic canvas. But what's interesting is that we have used a special natural pigment to dye the canvas. So this desert color that you see here is coming from food waste, and it's actually almond shell that are normally going to the bin, that have been used to create this pigment and to give this desert color on the canvas. We have reworked on the earth print pattern that we had already on the archive product. So this earth artwork and pictograms was really the symbol of the ecological collection of Palladium in the 90s. So it was even used on tongue label, logos, packaging. So it was really a brand signature. So here we reproduce in the most identical way the print execution using a water-based ink, of course. And then as a last innovation, you can see also on the parts that are made in rubber. So you see it on the sole, on the counter, and on the rubber patch. We use some old wood pallets that were made into a mixture and mixed together with rubber. So it's a way to upcycle as well wood from the industry.
So the Palladium is the first shoe of Palladium, born in 1947. It was made for the French Foreign Legion, and we decided to do a special edition for the 75th anniversary, of course because it's our first shoe, and it has been a very important shoe for Palladium. So it was a given to pick it for our 75th anniversary. He has set the Palladium DNA, and most of the project we have done after this has been inspired from that shoe. We made a premium edition with some features that Maud will describe later on. We have a nice 75th logo. It will be a limited edition. We made 1,947 pairs, which reflect our birthday.
So the Palladium outsole proportion and last is following exactly the made in France Palladium, the original one. For the upper, what makes it iconic for us is the heavy grain canvas that is very durable, the side stripe for support. We have the rubber patch on medial that is acting more as a protective element. For the anniversary, we push the sustainability a step further. So all the canvas on the shoe lining and upper is organic certified. We also have actually the tape at the back that is in PET. And the leather actually is from our tannery that is eco-conscious. So it's all gold-rated leather. We have special features on the shoes that make it actually more exclusive and more premium for this special edition. I would say we have actually the embroidery that is really the signature that is really exclusive for the anniversary. With small tricolor details that you have actually on the side and you have also on the tape at the back to play with our French heritage. It's stamped actually behind, so you really have the number of the shoe you buy, so it's really exclusive, very unique.
Make it kind of collector?
Yeah, completely. And it's what makes it very special. We have a special packaging for the anniversary, a special box, and also a dust bag. So really to give this premium feel.